Okay, so I'm just draping this lovely lady all the way from Bermuda. What's your name?
Zerai.
Zerai, wow, cool name. So I'm just draping, this is a real last minute thing I've got to make, is I'm going to make a very simple dress. So I'm just draping her now, just draped a really basic figure. She's going to have a scooping neckline there, and then just turn around to the right place. And we're going to have a kind of scooping back there. We're going to put it in this beautiful, her country. She's from Bermuda. Oh, where's your flag gone? There it is. So I've got to make the dress a very simple makeup in this, the country flag here. Can you just hold that for me? There we have it. So we're going to make that. That's going to be at the front, and then the back is going to be in this. We're going to have that. Oh, she's got the back already there. So we're going to have the back of the dress in that. So there we go. So we're going to make it very simple, not lined. So going to keep it very simple. Thank you for that. Right, everyone, I've just draped a woman from Bermuda. I've got to have the dress ready for tomorrow. She's just coming now, so a bit under pressure, but I'm going to make a very simple dress. She's from Bermuda, so it's from the flag from Bermuda, and so I'm going to put the back in that, and the front's going to be in that. So I've just draped it now, and I'm going to proof everything, put it onto pattern paper, then I'm going to cut it out. And we're going to have one quick fitting tomorrow, and that'll be that. So let's see how it pans out. I've got to put because she's very top heavy, I've got to put an invisible zip as well in the back. So let's see how things go. Wish me luck, everyone. Ciao. Right, everyone, I'm just cutting out this dress now. You can see it's a Bermuda flag. So there wasn't enough because it's a flag, and I'm making the dress. So I've draped on her. You can see I've made the pattern. And the front, that's the front, and because there wasn't enough width, because it's a fold of the front here, because we need to retain this for the central part, I've had to add a panel here. So and she needs it in one day, the dress, so I'm going to have to be really pretty quick at what I do, but I hate rushing things, especially when I do couture dresses. It can take me a few weeks work, but this has got to be done in one day. So it's going to be nothing fancy, no lining, nothing, just a basic. I'll probably put bindings around the neckline, that's it, some bias bindings, and that's it. Or a facing. Let's see how we get on. There might not be enough of the flag to actually create facings, because I need to put a piece from the flag for the border as well, for the hem of the dress, which is there. So it's short by about 8 inches. And then she may want it longer, so we're going to have to see what we're going to do. So that's what we're going to do now. So I'm just cutting this out now. We always leave inlays on, so I'm going to have a quick fitting with her tomorrow. So that's where the edge of the seam is. I've created a 1 inch, what we call inlay in the trade. And for all my bespoke suits I make, everything, waistcoats, trousers, couture dresses, we always leave inlays. And this inlay would be left in, just in case she gains weight. Let it out for her. That's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to trim this now. So that's what I'm doing now, everyone. So I've only just as a favour, because she was so desperate to find someone to do this, and I felt that I've got my other work, my bespoke suit making, I've got my couture dressmaking for my boutique. So this is a one-off. I hate doing things, trying to make a dress in one day for someone. So, should never rush things yet, everyone. But, she needed it for some cruise she's going on. So I had to. Usually I leave an inlay on the shoulder, but there's nothing to, there's nothing to actually add an inlay on, so that is it. So I'm just going around here now. So I'm just going around. So we've had to compromise, because this is central to the whole dress, so I had to centralise that. So let me just bring this up there. So, and this is like a polyester, horrible, thin fabric. It's so thin. I would never make dresses from this, but you know, when someone comes to you with whatever they've got, you know, usually I would say no. But she was so desperate and she's going on the cruise, I didn't want to let her down, to be quite honest. So I said yes. And now I'm under stress to get it finished for her. So we're cutting at the front now. And that's that. And there's my inlay. 1 inch inlay I leave. Always, should always get into a habit of leaving inlays in, especially for fittings, because especially a lot of sewers will use commercial. I mean, I've draped this, so I've made my own, I've created my own pattern. But you know, commercial patterns are terrible because most women are 3 sizes within their figuration, and commercial patterns can't accommodate that. So there we go. So that's all in now. So I'm going to just crease that inlay because usually I kind of tailor tack it. We call it thread marking, but I'm not going to bother with this because I don't have time. So I'm just going to just crease that over with the iron so I can see where my inlay is going to be. And I'll chalk mark it. So that's where it is there. And then I'll just use that crease line for my guideline, because I do not have time to thread mark it, and we don't thread mark this kind of fabric anyway, so it probably would rip or fray, or not fray, ladder. It's already laddered there when I got it from her, so I showed her. So this fabric is so delicate, it can ladder so easily. So there's my inlay, so I've left that right there. So always leave inlays in. This little tip of the day, people. Always leave when you're making your any garments. Always leave inlays in, please. So I'm going to mark my dart in. I didn't really want to put a dart, but she's very, very top heavy. So I've got no choice. I've had to put quite a big dart in actually, and because it's going to spoil the design, but the emblem. But I can't really do much, to be quite honest, and I haven't got time to have series of fittings with her, so we have to just do this. Just put the dart in, have one quick fitting, and I've got to get finished for her tomorrow because she's leaving England for the cruise. She's going on the cruise to Jamaica. Let me just bring this out a little bit. There we go. So I'm just marking my inlay so I can see it, and I can transfer that to the other side now. I can find my chalk. Oh my god, where's my pieces of chalk? They're everywhere. So, because this is I'm going to use a coloured chalk because it's on the wrong side, so we're fine. We'll be fine. Just hope it doesn't show. Let me just have a quick. I don't want it to show on the right side. Yeah, that's going to show on the right side. So I'm going to have to just use my white chalk. Be careful, because when you get really sheer fabrics like this, and use any coloured chalk, it will show on the right side. So it's fine. Be okay. Alright, that's fine. Do the other side. So when you're working like this, you have to be efficient, and you've got to be fast but efficient, and you've got to be accurate as well. You cannot do any kind of shoddy work. So I'm gonna go home. So I was out on business tonight as well, so I couldn't stay back and do my dress. Otherwise I would have stayed. I probably would have had it all ready for fitting now. So that's fine now. So I'm just gonna just mark where the darts are. There's the centre front there. Where's my darts? I need to put my thing back in now. Okay, no problem. What I will do is I'll just I've got to find where my darts are. I put my darts in, I can't find them. So what I'll do is I'll just go to the right, because that's the right side. This is the right side. Go to the wrong side there. Right, I've got to get my darts in there now. see that doesn't, I don't want to put a crease in the middle of this emblem because crease may not come out. So there's I can see the middle, and that's the middle there. So that's where my center front line is, exactly right in the middle of that emblem. So I'll just get my big long ruler here, and then just draw that, because this is the wrong side anyway. It's fine. I mean, it looks like it's both sides can be the right side, but because I've got the seam there, it's going inside, so I've just used this as my wrong side anyway. It's fine. So I'm just going to just chalk mark that, my center front line. So days it's bloody moved. It's fine, because when you're working with sheer fabrics, they moves. But just be very careful. Put this up there. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now I'll get my pattern and bring this up to there. That will go to there. That will go to there. Just put my scissors on there so it doesn't move. Then I've got my chalk, so I'm going to just go into there, into there. Usually I prick it with my little. There. I've got my tool. I'm going crazy, but I may have to slightly shift over the dart. So I'm only going to tap the dart in. That's fine now. That's fine now. Okay. What I'll do is I'll just put a couple of pins so I can just see. That's what I'm going to do. Just there. Do a little pin prick there. Because sometimes you can't see the thing. Usually I use my awl and I just prick it so it leaves a mark, but I'm a bit worried about this because if the dart's in slightly off in the wrong position, it's going to be marked, or it could be a little hole in it, which I don't really want to do. So I'm just going to just carefully just move that now. See there? And I'm going to just take this out now, careful. Oh, I can see my mark there, which is good. Okay, there we go. So that's fine. There's my thing, there's my mark, there's my mark exactly where I'd already marked it, but I just want to just double check that. Okay, that's fine. And there's my mark there. That's fine there. There, that's fine. Okay, that's good. So, alright, that's that fine. Right, let's move on to the next little section now. Right, everyone, so I've kind of made up the front and the back. Remember, after I draped it, I made a pattern. You can see the pattern I made. So, that's the front there, which is pretty big, top heavy. I've had to make quite a big dart there. I've only tacked in the dart because it's only for a fitting, and this because this is such flimsy, this is like a very, very light lining fabric. It's not really suitable to make a dress out of. I'm concerned it will mark, so I've just basted it in where the dart position is, because I may have to move the dart. I'm not too sure yet. We'll soon see what the fitting. I've made the black back in the front from the draped template I made on her. So because this was the flag, there's not enough fabric to make the dress. I've had to create panels inside. It's been a bit of a nightmare, to be quite honest. Anyway, so there's my inlay. Remember, I creased it, and so now the rare occasion I use pins, I rarely use pins, but I do not have time to tack. Usually I baste everything, but I'm not going to baste this. Oops, let me just bring my thing back. I'm not going to baste this. I'm just going to use my pins when I need a rare occasion. I actually use them. So I'm just going to place the pin where that inlays, and I'm going to stitch actually inside the inlay. So just in case I need to widen it, each side is 1 inch. So basically I can let it out 4 inches, and this will be left in just in case if she gains weight, someone where she's in Bermuda can just let it out for her, simple as that. And I always leave inlays in for all of my couture dresses I make for people. And we use it in our bespoke tailoring work for making suits, so we always leave inlays in. And that's the beauty of bespoke work. So, and this is what I've done for this dress. I mean, it's not, I haven't done anything. I've told her it's not couture. I've had to just make it up. She needs it in one day. She wants the dress made in one day, and it actually has been virtually one day's work I've done. So, but I've been stressed because I've had to recut things. I've had to add panels on, because when you try and sew lining as a dress, it's very, very difficult. So I've had to stitch the zip, the invisible zip in. It's not ideal, this lining, because this is basically your thinnest lining you've got. It's not really ideal to put an invisible zip in, but I've had to, and that's a problem I've had. So anyway, so I'm just going to get this in there, and that's it, upside daisy. So I ain't got time to baste it, and I don't want to baste it anyway. So there we have it, everyone. So I'll just put that in there now. Right, I'm going to get, and then I'm going to, the shoulders, I'm going to put the biggest stitch on my machine, which is 5, I think. Is it 5? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's 5. You can see, upside daisy, I've got 5 on me, so it's nearly 5. When we have fittings, we put the biggest stitch, because we're going to rip it back down again anyway, and then we're going to permanently put the stitch in afterwards. So I've got the biggest stitch on my machine, and a lot of you sewers, if you have please always have fittings. There's no such thing as a perfect pattern. Even though I've draped her and I know it's a pretty good fit, I'm still fitting her. I'm still going to have fittings with her. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get this together now, and then if I've got to trim off anything afterwards, then I'll do that. So I'm going to pin the shoulder, and I'm going to stitch it up, and I'll get back to you in a while, everyone. So, and this is the centre front. This actually sits right on the centre front of the dress. So there we have it. The Bermuda flag.